Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we are going to take a look at the newest collab in the world of Monster Strike. It is, of course, Kaiju number 8. Just got started, and well, I am a little bit late from when I usually do it. In fact, I forgot to log in yesterday completely. I was completely out of it yesterday, so kind of sad to see the streak broken, but it happens. Nonetheless, let's take a look at what's coming up in the world of Monster Strike with Kaiju number 8, and let's take a look. Of course, we have a gacha monsters here. We've got Hibi no Kafka. I guess on the news slide they called him Kaiju number 8. I guess this is his human form before he transforms. I don't know, but you can see that on the picture here he is a human and he has a regular name there, so we'll use that for this video. We also have Shinomiya Kikoru and Hoshina Soshiro in fire, light, and dark respectively. The 4 5-star monsters this time will be Ichikawa Reno and Furuhashi Iharu. The individual raid ups are active as of the moment this video goes up, so starting June 16th it'll rotate through these 3 monsters. So if there's one particular one you really want, do consider waiting for a little bit. It'll give you a slightly better chance to get that particular monster. And on GameWith, here are the current provisional rankings as of not May 16th but June 16th. We have Hibi no Kafka at 9.0, which is pretty impressive to see. Shinomiya Kikoru at a paltry 7.0, and Hoshina Soshiro at a 8.0 rating, which is not too bad. Your 5-star monsters, we've got Reno at 7.5 and Iharu at 8.0. Good to see a monster hitting that 8.0 mark. So definitely, as always, get at least one. Maybe you want to, there might be some reason to get Iharu up to 90 luck, but there's never any pressing need to do that. So an interesting look at their ratings. And of course, Ashiro Mina, paid pack monster, 7.5. Think usually better than usual. I obviously having that bump combo set up is pretty strong, so definitely good to see that. So let's take a look at the individual monsters respectively. As you can see, I have not pulled yet. We've got Hibi no Kafka here, Kaiju number 8. His strike shot will bash the first hit enemy and will increase weak point effectiveness for a set amount of turn. The follow-up is guaranteed to hit the weak point, but for the bash portion, it is important to aim at the weak point to get that bonus damage. You can see that the bash is... and bash and the follow-up are exactly the same. They do not change based on the strike shot turn count. The only difference that the strike shot turn count going to the second gear will give you is the weak point effectiveness, 1.5x versus 2.0, and will last an extra turn if you wait that one turn on your own side. Interesting. It is important to note that he does have a lot of bonuses on him himself, right? He has the super damage wall, he has super minesweeper, he has the killer for both gravity barrier and the kami and Juo type. Was it Juo or Mao? I think it's Juo. Might be Mao, whatever the O points to, but he does have an EL killer for that, so I think that all stacks up very nicely where it does become pretty impressive. So don't take these multipliers at face value. Remember, he does have a lot of bonuses on top of that already. So obviously he has a great place to shine. I don't think it's gonna show, actually it could show up here already by the time I have been a bit late. Yeah, you can see he's already on there for Gardens 4, so obviously getting a monster that can help out with those stages will be very beneficial for his rating, because those Garden stages don't have too many people who will excel in them. And then next we have Shinomiya Kikoru, unfortunately getting the short end of the rating stick right now. Strike shot will follow up on the first hit enemy, and then her follow-up attack pattern is always the same. He will she will attack the vertical center of the monster and then do a horizontal slash at the bottom portion of that monster. So unless the weak point is within that range, you are not going to see much flashiness out of there, and you will get more damage on the bottom portion since that happens twice, it looks like. So you can see the multiplier there, 1.2 for the buff on the first gear, and then the two parts, you've got the 2.1x for one time and 1.65x twice to give you a total of 5.4x for attack stat. And for the second gear, that goes up to 1.6x, and then the follow-up part is a 3.5x followed by 2 hits of the 2.7x, 5x, giving you a nice round 9.0 multiplier. And unfortunately, you know, again, she does have the super minesweeper, but she would only have first killer as another bonus, which really doesn't stack up as much as Hibino from before. So I think that's why she has a notably lower rating, unfortunately. Also, you know, you do need a place to shine, and doesn't look like that exists for her either. Last but not least, we have Hoshina Soshiro here in the Dark Element, 8.0 rating for him, and his strike shot will attack in the direction of the center of the first hit enemy. So wherever he lands, he will aim at the center and go just straight through him that way. The follow-up is divided into two parts. The first one is that actual slash motion, and then afterward you'll see 4 slashes in the darkness. This will be a distinction between direct damage and indirect damage. Again, you hear me say it all the time, there is a difference in certain stages where it could make a difference, so you can see the breakdown there. Multipliers are pretty nice, but you can see again the difference between direct and indirect could make a big difference. Important to note that that buff is pretty good on the second gear, 2.1x for himself, so that is an impressive self buff while he's moving around before he finishes it off. And so of course there is a delay as well, 1 turn and 2 turns respectively. So that is Hoshina Soshiro. And of course, we do have Ashiro Mina here, 7.5 rating, like I said earlier. She fires a attack. It's just basically a laser that doesn't get stopped with laser barriers in the pointed direction, and any enemies that are hit, it's, you know, it's a somewhat thick laser, probably EL level, right? Anybody who's caught in the crossfire there will have their weak points revealed for a set amount of turns. That laser attack is a percentage damage with guaranteed minimum, 7.5 for the first gear with a minimum of 3 million. Second gear goes all the way up to 24.2 with a minimum of 4.5. The weak point reveal count is 2 turns and 3 turns respectively, which does include the turn Ashiro uses it. Again, you know, 7.5, great monster, probably a great support for Excalibur. You know, she does mimic his abilities, and of course just a slightly less version than him. So I would not expect you're ever in a situation where you would replace Excalibur with Amina, but if you wanted another one, or you wanted another monster besides Excalibur to maybe avoid the mist, I guess maybe that's a way to use her. Interesting stats for Mina here. And of course, we do have the event quests. Hopefully you've made progress on them already. You can see that the fire and light quests are the 4 5-star monsters, which will be available at all times. The dark quest is your 5 6-star direct drop quest. No need for max luck there, just co-op to increase your chance to drop 2 or more copies of the boss when you play it. And you of course get 7 guaranteed drops each day you complete it. Very important. You can see I already missed a day, obviously, since I forgot to log in on my main account. And of course, the scheduled quests, water and dark, just look at the schedule to see when they will be hit. And we do have an Insidious quest. We have Kaiju number 9 available. It's a farmable type Insidious quest. You can of course make sure you're prepared for it in the schedule here. You will be able to see it and take him on. All monsters get plus 99 luck and will function as max luck monsters, which guarantees you 2 chest drops at minimum. so not bad. And of course, there are missions available here. You can click on the home screen. I'm going to turn off the music just in case I have been caught by YouTube before for in-game music. And of course, since this news was region blocked, there always a chance that music was the reason for that. Basically here, unfortunately, I've already finished it for the day. Sorry about that again. But you will be able to pick up some rewards for clearing certain kaiju, and you can see that basically what you need to do, there will be missions on the screen. One mission clear will allow you to open a box which contains one of these 3 rewards. Looks like the final one will have 4 rewards there, maybe. Yeah, looks like 4 rewards. One of the boxes basically have a critical weapon in it. The question mark might have it. There you go. If you see that critical weapon, there you go, on the bottom here. That is what you need to take down that kaiju. And just like how treasure 9 works, we're basically doing a treasure 3 here. If you find that critical weapon, you defeat the kaiju and you get all of the other rewards that you would have gotten by opening boxes that didn't contain it. Once you complete it, you'll be greeted with this screen which says, hey, tomorrow at 4 a.m. another kaiju will come. They're good at keeping their schedules straight, and so you can take them on the next day with a new set of missions. Now, unfortunately, these missions are not available ahead of time, so I would say please consider joining the Discord channel if you want live updates on the missions. Obviously, me spacing out yesterday didn't have a chance to do it, so I'm 1 day behind, I think, from everybody. So you can catch up to everybody else that way. Okay, let's go back to the main screen and get some music back. There we go. As part of the mission rewards, you get Aoi and Haruichi. You can max select them by finishing all the missions. Each kaiju clear will get you 20 copies of them, which incidentally adds up to 100, which gets you a max luck monster. You can also pick up some fun good job stickers as well as alternate strike shop voices if that's what you like. On login, you probably saw you've gotten copies of Kafka and Reno here as a pair. You'll get 7 copies per day, and hopefully you've already picked up your Tokudama for logging in to day 2. I just picked it up from my main, so we'll be able to gacha on that next. And of course, as is the case with all collabs, when you use the paid pack monster or the mission or the login reward monster, they will function as max luck monsters, so use them. Helpful for newer players, helpful for missions, right? If you want to collect stuff with those guys, that'll be helpful as well. And that's basically it. I will be doing my gacha video next, so you can look forward to that tomorrow. Let's see how that goes. You can see I am primed for the Hoshidama, so hoping for the best here. But hopefully you're excited for this collab. Obviously, because we don't see the player's striker card, we're gonna get another Insidious. It'll be interesting to see what that is. Will we get it next news or the week after? No, it'll probably this week's news, so look forward to that. And if you haven't done so already, do consider hitting the like and subscribe button. If you want the latest news from Monster Strike in English, this is the place to do it, I think. Do consider subscribing. ENG Monster on Twitter /X has all of the slides that I have from news on there. That's basically all it's there for, though. Or if there's any news from Monster Strike itself with some issues, I'll try to retweet it. And of course, the Discord channel, like I was saying earlier, talk to folks who love the game and speak English. Link in the description below. That's it for me today. Thanks for watching. Until next time.